Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is another paid request, this time for James. Thank you so much for that. Sorry about the long wait. It took me a bit to find these Black Mirror episodes. I made sure I had the right one, but I did. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting any type of videos or topics, commentaries, video game stuff, playthroughs, re-reviews, reviews, what have you, PayPal is usually the best bet, or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now, of the two episodes of Black Mirror, let's talk about this one first. I'll put them in separate videos. This one's on Playtest. I had heard of the TV show Black Mirror, never watched too much of it. Maybe I'd seen one or two episodes before, but this one was good at first, at least for me. Because it stars Wyatt Russell, who I enjoy, Kurt Russell's son, who did a really good job in Overlord. And I see films like Overlord and other stuff, I'm like, this guy really does remind me of his dad in a good way. I think he was in 22 Jump Street as well. And he does a really solid job here. He's this guy that we learned throughout the episode that he was best friends with his dad and taking care of him, but his dad passed away and he doesn't know how to deal with that because they were best friends. He doesn't really know how to deal with his mom, so now he's taking this trip to try to clear his head. He's going to all these different places around the world. There's definitely a video game motif early on in the plane. He's playing, looks like a Mario type of game. And again, he's just trying to figure out what to do, but when I forget what city he was in, he meets up with this girl at a bar. They have a bit of hanky-panky, and one leads to another, his money's been taken. Now I thought that was going to lead to something. The fact that all his buddy is, like, he doesn't have any money and he got scammed by something. I thought something more was going to come out of that. Some kind of twist. But no, it just, hey, it happens from time to time. So this woman who he had slept with helps him out and goes, well, yeah, you stay here and see what we can do to get you where you need to go. Which I guess is fine to not have that twist because, I'm assuming this girl, maybe she stole his money, maybe she did this and that. Not the case, so I guess in a way that's refreshing. But one thing leads to another. He has his app where you can look for jobs, and there's one for a playtester of some game. And she's like, what? This guy? Oh, this guy is like a really famous developer guy, and she's got like magazines, like gaming magazines, where he's on the cover. Kind of like a younger version of the guy that ran Nintendo. I forgot the guy's name. So one thing leads to another. She takes him to this place, drops him off. He meets up, and pretty much she says, hey, I gotta take your phone. Okay, fine, here's the phone. But maybe he's going to try to sneak a picture to try to get some evidence, or not some pictures that maybe he could sell and make a little bit of extra money. But yeah, give me your phone. And the whole deal is that there will be this little device that I'll put to the back of your neck, the mushroom. And he even goes, the mushroom, like Mario Brothers? She's like, sure. It goes to the back of your neck. And pretty much it taps to your brain. And you just see things that aren't there. Like he sees this gopher that looks 8-bit at first, then looks 3-dimensional. He's able to play whack-a-mole. And nobody else can see it, but he can see it. And it's like right there. And then, well, we could offer you some more money. You stay in this place. It's a creepy place. And it's a mansion that's trying to be a little bit like Resident Evil. This kind of place. Or maybe I'm thinking of like the place he goes up to, the outside kind of looks a bit like the Resident Evil house. But he's put into this creepy place, and the job is you stay there until you can't anymore. You say the code word, we'll get you out, but if you're able to last long enough, we'll pay you extra. And Rod Russell, throughout this, he is a decent guy, the character. They've done a good job making the audience like the character. He's an actor that seems personable and charming. Early on, he's like helping a little girl who's scared of flying. Oh, it's okay. It's like a roller coaster. You know, you just do this. Yeah, yeah. You know, hey, try with me. He, has some fun barbs, snide remarks between him and the other girl that they slept with because she says something and he says something back, but they're being playful with each other. When he's in the, even when creepy stuff's happening, he knows it's in his head. And there's a bit where, let me guess, there's going to be a guy right behind when I close his door, right? The jump scares Daryl pretty fast when you keep doing them. And then things go up shit creek, so to speak. And like I said, as this is going, I'm like, okay, I like the video game motif. I like Wyatt Russell. A little bit of the Thing in there. I think because Wyatt Russell stars in it, where, oh, spoilers, there's a spider, he stomps on it, but then later on there's this spider human thing that, I mean, looked pretty good for a TV show. Some CG enhancements, but again, looked pretty good for what the budget was. And it's a neat design. It's like a big giant spider, but it's got a human type of face to it. Which it reminds me of something that would be in The Thing or something of that nature. So I thought that was cool to see. And then he hears a knock on the door, and then the woman that he had slept with is there, and he's like, "How'd you get here?" And then she gets a knife and tries to attack him, and they fight. And he gets stabbed by a spider thing. He's like, "Wait a minute, I could feel this." And then he's stabbed by the knife. "I could feel this too." And it's fighting her, and then her face rips off, and her face looks like Hellraiser, like before they get the skin. You see all the muscle, bone, blood tissue. Until he finally gets her and stabs her in the head. I'm like, okay, cool. We're getting some monsters. We're getting some gore. We have a likable lead. Has an interesting enough story. We're still also have little at first, like little noises, little things, like this painting. There's something there that wasn't there before. Then it builds up to some crazy shit. And then it's trying to do the stuff that really scares him, which is what happened to his dad. I mean, this is super spoilers. What happens to his dad? Because we've established now that his dad had died because his dad, I don't know if it was Alzheimer's, something like that, where he lost all mental faculties, couldn't remember who he was, couldn't recognize who anything was, and it's like, yeah, that's what steers you, isn't it? You become just like your dad. And the guy's like, my memories are being taken. So everything's going up shit creek. And then he wakes up, and he's streaming, and they take it off him. You realize in the real world, it's only been 1 second. While here it's been quite a bit of time. That's wow, you experience it all in 1 second? Whoa. And they're like, oh, hey, we're sorry that happened to you. Here's your money. He goes home, he sees his mom. And then you get the twist. And the twist ruined this for me. Fucking ruined it for me, and I hated it. He goes to see his mom. His mom starts acting like he was, where she doesn't know who he is. Tries to call him even though he's there. Wyatt Russell's yelling, "Mom!" Then you realize This whole time, he's been in that chair when he first got the implant. So, at the in real time, it's been 4 seconds, but in his mind, he went to the creepy place. In his mind he played the whack-a-mole, the creepy place, get out of the dream, go back home to his mom. All that stuff was in the span of 4 seconds. And his brain gets fried. How did he get fried? Because when he tried to take the picture with the phone, because the girl had warned him, do not have your phone on. Give me your phone. I need to make sure it's off. He tried to take it. His mom tried to call at the same time. There was an interference. Kind of like how on the plane they tell you turn your phones off. Just like here. It fried his brain and he died. And the girl has to write it up. You know, phone interference. He said, he calls out his mom. End of the fucking story. I fucking hated that shit. I'm sitting there going, so there's no second chance for this guy? What was his crime? I mean, okay, turn the phone off. You know what you could have said? What would have been said? Yeah, we need... Well, she takes his phone early on. He goes, well, that's a bit extreme. You could say, well, there's been... You sit down and go, well, there's a reason why we took your phone. You explain what's going on, and you say, well, there's... Oh, by the way, there's a reason why you took your phone. We took your phone because phone interference could lead to complications. You explain it to him. That's what you do. Even when you walk back in, you explain to him. Then you go, well, I'm sorry, I just checked my messages. Just please, turn the phone off. But no, she didn't do that. So, she fucked up in her job. You say, okay, his crime was he wanted to take a few pictures, but was that enough? No. What's the message? He should have called his mom earlier. Because if he had called his mom earlier, then she would not have tried to call him. And thus, he would have been alive. So, the message is, your mom should be so fucking needy. Try to call the fucking time, Blame the mom. Good job, mama. You killed your son. Good job, Goldie Hawn. God damn you, Goldie Hawn. You killed Kurt Russell's son. Is that Goldie Hawn, by me? I'm just making a joke. But I was liking it, but I hated that twist ending. It made it felt like a cheap shot. And I hate cheap shots. And the guy, didn't deserve it. I get it. That happens all the time in the real world. Innocent people, good people don't deserve their fate. I get it. But at the same time, this is a piece of entertainment. And it just felt really cheap. It felt really shitty. The guy didn't deserve it. He was a decent guy. The girl didn't do her fucking due diligence to explain. Just something that fucking important should be explained. God damn. Just saying. But anyway, it is what it is. No second chance for the guy. Nothing at all, so... I don't know. I can't help it. I'm just stewing. Pissed off at that. Ruined the whole fucking episode for me. Remember to go, fuck this. I mean, yeah, before I could have maybe had said, oh, I wish maybe a few more things could have happened in the house. The creepy house. Once in a while there's a CGI, like the first time we see the spider, that, it's not the best looking. But they would have been little nitpicks. But the ending just made it where it left a sour taste in my mouth. and it was just a cheap shot for me. So sadly, at the end of the day, I did not care for it. The other episode I did. I will say the other episode I did quite like. So you do have that. I'll talk about that next time. So we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.